All right, good morning, guys. I am Darren with Fowlaffliction, and we are going to give you a product review today on the Avian Power Swimmer. If you don't know me, I am a gadget guy, so every time something comes out, I kind of have to dive into it and kind of see how it works. The problem that I've had over the years is every review that's out there is just your basic review, an unboxing review. I really care about what it looks like in the field, and I'm going to give you an honest opinion. Nobody's paying for any of this. This is just me as a waterfowl guy wanting an honest review of a product because there's too much garbage to sort through out there. So this is the Avian Power Swimmer. Traditional avian body, it looks like. So I just got this thing out last night, got it charged up. They do come with a swivel attachment on here. Unlike the traditional Higdons, they got kind of a fully enclosed motor on the bottom. Charging port back here on the back side. One thing that concerned me just opening this up is they do come with a packet and a little orange placard in there that shows you how to maintain the pump and the impeller, and they sent you a screwdriver in case it locks up. Little concerning. For me, they also gave you a tether cord in there that allows you to put two weights on each side if you're floating in a lot of vegetation or grass to kind of keep those decoys up above the water line so you don't plug up as much. So on this base plate, you have two screws on this back side, and that will allow you to get into your pump housing. So this is going to be your pump and your impeller. Here's your charging port here. There is a 2-button, an intermittent button, and a continuous mode on these decoys. So it will run intermittently, kind of save on power, or to run continuously if you just want to keep it running with that. But pretty easy, simplistic setup. The pump doesn't look very large compared to some of those other swimmers that we've seen over the years. So here's hoping. One concern I had on those, of course, is it's very loud. So we'll see what this one's like. But they say if you're running in 3 foot of water, you want 6 foot of cord on there. So I rigged up 2 different cords to give us 6 foot. I'm running in probably about 2 foot of water. And we'll kind of see what that's like. But this is the Avian Power Swimmer. Overall, good looking decoy. I mean, it looks pretty sharp. It's typical avian. So when you buy avian products, you kind of expect that decoy to look like an avian. It looked like a really good decoy. So it does give you that. So let's see what it looks like when we put it in the water, because that's really what we're here for. I want to see what it looks like. So stay tuned. The cool thing about this avian swimmer is, and if you have kids, you see the little kids toys in your bathtubs and stuff, that when you sit them down, they kick on. So it has 2 sensors in there. As soon as this duck hits the water, it will kick on and start to go. So that's the cool thing about this decoy, is as soon as it hits the water, it's supposed to kick on most of the time. Yeah. Take 2. Let's try that again. Okay, are you ready? Get set, go. There we go. Okay, I made connection this time. So nothing attached to this decoy right now. I gotta wait. I gotta hold it off the bottom. The one thing initially, I mean, it didn't work right off the bat as soon as I stuck it down there. So that's kind of a little concerning. The motor is extremely quiet, and I can barely hear it even standing over top of this decoy. So once again, power connections. As soon as you sit it down, it turns it on. There is no remote for this, by the way. Online it does say something about remote operability. It is not remote. It is connection based. So as soon as you sit it down, the connections kick on, or in this case they don't. So that's the second time that that's happened to me. Well, shit. beauty of this is no on off switch, so it either connects and makes a circuit, or it does not. Oh, I think I hear it. There we go. Okay, connected and made a circuit. Third time's charm. I think once you have that connection, you're going to be okay, but that's a little concerning. I don't have time when I'm throwing decoys and we're scrambling before daylight to fuck around with a decoy that's not making connection with the water. So I thought it was a cool feature at first, because you don't have to toggle on and off switch, but just give me an on and off switch. I love the technology, but then sometimes I hate it at the same time. All right, so we got the 2 cords that they sent in with this Avian Power Swimmer. They sent 2 because I bought a 2-pack versus a single unit. And the way they kind of work is you rig your weight up to one decoy on the back side of the decoy, back side of the other decoy, and this is in the shape of a T with a 3-barrel swivel in the middle to connect to that power swimmer. You connect the power swimmer cord to the front of each decoy and it just makes the shape of a T. That's how that power swimmer is able to move. So I've adjusted it, played with it a little bit. Easiest way is kind of stretch those decoy cords out to make them kind of tight in the middle, and then those power swimmers just kind of swim in between those 2 decoys. So there's your movement that you're going to have in your spread. It's not terrible. It does keep the weight off of the bottom of that power swimmer, makes it swim just a little bit better. It doesn't get caught up in a lot of the weeds. So that kind of rigging that they did send with those power swimmers is actually kind of nice. They do move a little bit. They don't give a ton of wake, but it does keep those decoys kind of weight free, and they're just kind of free to swim. You see this one over here is kind of runs into that decoy a little bit, but then kind of turns itself, rights itself, and keeps moving. So all in all, it's not terrible. Gives you some motion. We're going to see what it looks like from the top down view, and then we can kind of make our decision, and you know, you guys make your decision too. I'm a gadget guy, so I love to play around with this stuff to see what it is. I want to give you guys an honest opinion. And I mean, the lack of wake, sometimes I've had a couple issues with sitting a decoy in the water and it kicking on, but once it kicks on, it stays on. So they've never cut off yet. They're both fully charged. They're both swimming around pretty decently, and they don't have sound. So you can't hear these from shore. I can barely hear them from where I'm sitting at, so the ducks aren't going to hear them. So, you know, the Avian Power Swimmer, $150. I think a 2-pack was $250, somewhere around there. You know, adds 2 decoys to your spread that creates a little bit of movement on non-windy days. And that's kind of the name of the game. We're always looking for something different to make it stand out. And, you know, maybe these fit the bill for you. Maybe they don't. So there's your honest feedback. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.